I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Man, and I hope you had a wonderful day. If you went to church today, if not, I hope you enjoyed your rice and peas and probably some brown stew chicken or some French fried chicken, I don't know, or maybe some curry chicken, or maybe you eat, sea creatures, you probably enjoy that as well. But whatever it is, I hope you're sitting in front of your computer or looking at your phone, watching this video, having some ice cream. It is our legend series, and we have one more top shelf video to share with you. Big video with a very, very popular name in the football history of Jamaica. Someone you would have heard a lot about, and several persons so far made mention of this particular guest of ours today during their interview. And he's here to share his journey in football in Jamaica. And then we'll talk about the present state of football and the future of Jamaica's football from his perspective. All right. But before we bring him on, before I show you his face, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Trick Nick. Trick Nick is a Jamaican owned and operated company. It operates out of Canada, right? In Brampton, Canada, and they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. Now it's Thanksgiving and all of these things. And if you're planning on doing your barbecue, if you're planning on doing your jerk, this is the product you want to use. They have jerk spice, jerk barbecue sauce, jerk marinade, they have curry paste, hot pepper sauce, and so they are the sponsors of this video. So thanks to Trick Nick, and they're offering 25% discount on all their products. All you have to do is shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the code I am sure sports 001 to get your 25% discount. All right, check them out and let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. Big thank you to all the persons who are watching in. We have several viewers who are on. And before this video is done, you know what we always do. We're going to give you some credit. 500 credit is coming your way today. So you need to listen to the interview because you will need to answer a question. And if you answer that question correctly, you will be today's winner of $500 credit to your cell phone, whatever cell provider you use. All right, too much of me. All right, you need to hear from the man himself, the man they call BOWA, Andrew BOWA Hinds. From the east, from the west. I don't know. The west people say he's a westman. The east people say he is from the east. I will let him answer and tell you if he's from the west or from the east or he is somewhere in between. Mr. Hinds.
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, my brother. It's a blessing. Thanks to be a part of this wonderful thing that you're doing here for football.
Yeah, man, blessing. Such a pleasure to have you on. And I know this is going to be a very, very good time. You know, we spent some time talking leading up to this. And I'm so excited about, you know, what is going to happen. I hope you had the opportunity to share it with persons on your side so they can watch you live because as the interview go on, they'll put up comments and I'll bring up some of those so you can see them and respond to them as you see appropriate. All right. Are you ready?
Let's go.
You have your water?
Here we are.
There you go. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So let's begin with where it all started for you. I mean, when did you start playing football? How did you get involved? I want you to share that journey with us all the way to your high school years. And when you get there, we're going to pause before we move on to, you know, the leagues in Jamaica outside of high school. But give us your journey from the beginning up to high school football. Go ahead.
Okay, so it started at Dunrobin Primary School. I actually started out as a goalkeeper, and I'm so sorry. I have a picture, and I wanted to send that picture of me as a goalkeeper. I didn't have enough time to send it to you, but I will send it to you after the program. So I started out as a goalkeeper. Some notable individuals that went to Dunrobin Primary School with me, I will just mention the name. But the coach at the time was a gentleman by the name of Woody. I believe he came from Pembroke or Durham Park, somewhere along that line there, that little strip here. So there was a Patrick Taylor. I went to KC. There was a Maurice Burrows, was also a goalkeeper at KC. Cornell Spence, Runko Spence, some people know him as.
Okay.
And a slew of a bunch of other little guys. I can't remember the name, but those names, because those guys went on to play for KC and play for colleges and clubs too. So I mentioned those names because they're easy to remember. Names.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't successful in my common entrance, so I left and I went to Shortwood. So at Shortwood, I still wasn't focused. So I wasted some time in school because I was distracted. So I concentrated on sports more than anything else. I was an all-around athlete. I did tracks, everything. I did long jump, shot put. I ran the sprint, the quarter. I did everything. All right. So in doing that, I excelled in athletics. And then my last year in school, grade 9, I took the grade 9 achievement test and I was successful and I won me a place at St. Andrew Technical High School, better known as Stats.
Yes.
Right. So I'd already gotten an offer because I went to all age champs, and at the time, grade 9 would have been a class 3 equivalent to high school. So I won that year. I think I jumped 21 something, but my jump was one of the longest jump for a class 3. And Glenn Mill saw me and offered me a scholarship. And of course, I took up the scholarship.
So you got a track scholarship to go to
Camperdown.
And it was given to you by Glenn Mills, who was a coach at Camperdown.
That's correct.
But you passed for Stats.
That's right.
Okay.
I like the way you're keeping up. That is very good. You're a good host.
All right. Go ahead, tell us about that. Yes.
So started Camperdown and everything. I'm doing tracks. I'm doing good. The first year, I came third. But the guys that came first and second, they were older than me. Henceforth, I was an automatic shooting for Carifta. I was ignorant to all of these information that wasn't fed to me properly. So I'm by Chartered playing scrimmage, 1 foot of boots, 1 foot of Clarks, and I twist my ankle.
Whoa.
No, yes. So I twist my ankle, but I was also unaware, as I said, of my my automatic shoeing into the
Carifta. So you didn't know that he had made a Carifta team?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh.
And then the trial took place, and a guy from Denham Town, he got the spot. And Glenn Mill was furious at me, and I was like, Glenn, I didn't know. Nobody said anything to me, you know. So anyway, that story cut short. Next year, I'm performing again, still doing tracks, but I was distracted. I wanted to play football. And the thing was, this is, at age 15, I was playing competitive football already. I was playing for Chartered United, and I need to pay respect to the gentleman that caused me to start a career at Chartered. That is David Pinnock, alias Jaddy. That was the first coach that really took me. Matter of fact, I can give him praise that he's the one that molded me, because it had to start somewhere. And that's when the professional part of me started with David Pinnock. At age 15, I was playing Major League. You understand me? Still doing tracks, but playing Major League. So I was distracted. And eventually, I stopped putting effort into the track thing. And then everybody duck Peter, because I was playing farm match, and everybody was like, why don't you go and train the Manning Cup team? I'm like, man, I'm not interested.
So this is at Camperdown. So you ended up, you have to tell us how you ended up, because you passed the stats, you got a scholarship for Camperdown. You have to tell us which one of the schools you chose, you know. And why.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, so I choose Camperdown because, as I said earlier, I'm a man of principle. If I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. You understand me? So I choose Camperdown, and the career started at Camperdown. As I said, my first year, I came third in the track and field. I mean, the long jumps, I should say. I came third in long jump, and I missed out on Carifta because I was ignorant. I didn't know that I was an automatic shoeing for Carifta. And so I missed out because I twisted my ankle and I didn't go to the trials. And so this youngster from Denham Town got the spot. And that's how that part of it went. So I decided I'm going Manning Cup training. And then I went Manning Cup training. Everybody seems to be encouraging me to play. And I said, okay, fine. And I made a Manning Cup team that year. We didn't, what should I say? We didn't advance. I think we drew with Stats at Everybody Stadium East, and we had to beat Stats in order to advance. And so,
who was on the Manning Cup team at this point? You
at that time,
any of the names?
Well, let's put it this way. Everybody that's on the winning team the next year was on that team, including, I believe, Delroy Lewis. I believe that was his last year. A guy from Boyston that we call Zadie. I think that was his last year. So we had Mark Salmon, we had Peter Cargill, we had Barrington Gaynor, we had Winston Campbell, we had a guy named
Doc.
That is Richard Green,
Michael
Clark, Prince Topi, a guy named Stephen Nelson. I'll have to go. I mean, I have to look at the pictures to actually tell you all of these names. You know, I don't want to be telling the names all over again. So let me just get a quick glance, because I just sent you, so I can go over it right quick. Here we go. So all of these youngsters here that was on the team, most of us came back the next year. I wasn't going to come back the next year, and the reason why I wasn't going to come back was I became a father very early. And so it said I wasn't going back to school.
So this was the first year of Manning Cup.
Yeah. So my first year was my fifth form year. I played 2 years. I played the first year in my fifth form, and then I repeated fifth form. But prior to that, I was on a track team. I came to Camperdown at third form. I was on a track team, third form, fourth form, and then fifth form. I played Manning Cup. Did not advance, and then I repeated fifth form, and then we won the triple champion.
Okay, so you were part of the triple championship team. This was Jackie Walters who was the coach.
Yes.
Because I think he was here sharing that story.
Right. Yes. And I'm just going to go over the names so you can understand who was on that team. So we have Ricardo Hyde, Stephen Nelson, Richard Green, Christopher Bender.
Oh, Lulu, my coach.
Lulu, same Lulu. Yes. Stephen Nelson, Mark Salmon. This guy, he died. Ricardo. I can't remember his name, but he had died. Michael Clark, Barrington Gaynor, Winston Campbell, George Malcolm, Claude Palmer, Nyron Prawl, and there was another Palmer. But he had played center for me. I remember.
Okay, I think they will forgive you. Forget a couple of years.
I'm 57 right now, so people, you have to bear with me. I'm at that stage in my life now.
So you actually played. You actually played 2 years, only 2 years of Manning Cup then.
2-year Manning Cup.
Okay. And 1 year you were the triple champion.
That's the second year. The first year we did not advance, and the second year we had a triple championship.
And you became a father that young?
Yes.
Because you're on 17, 18.
Yes, 18 to be exact. I was adventurous, very adventurous young.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
I grew up too fast.
But that didn't stop your footballing career, though.
No, to be honest with you, it might have made it into what it is. Because football for me was more than just a sport. It was not a job for sure. Because back then, you know that nobody was getting paid. You understand me? A few clubs and a few individuals which we need to pay respect to also, they actually started doing something for footballers. Tanker, you know Tanker.
Yeah.
Keen Gray. This gentleman from St. Thomas. Barrett is his name? From St. Thomas. He had the Port Moran team.
Port Moran United.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Mendel also, and there was this guy from St. Anne's too. So these gentlemen.
Oh yes, St. Anna Jogizook.
Yes, they were actually employing footballers, which was not unheard of prior to then. You understand me? So these gentlemen need to.
Tony Barrett. You're talking Tony Barrett. Somebody says
Barrett. Yes.
Tony.
Thank you very much, Doc. If Doc is listening, I guess he's the one that put that up.
I don't know it's Doc. It's somebody. Listen, we have a very intelligent fan base, you know. They know.
Tony Barrett, yes. So I said, these people we need to pay tribute to them because they did something that was happening then. All right. And then you had other clubs now who were actually burdening all of this responsibility, like Harborview.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I have to pause, right? So yesterday, thank you so much, CC. People, it wasn't the internet yesterday. Let me apologize to all the viewers. Yesterday, we were interviewing, and I totally forgot at church this morning, so please bear with me. We're interviewing Desmond Gaddafi-Smith, and we had a major power cut in St. Anne that knocked up my power for hours.
Yeah.
And that is why the interview was not finished. All right, so my apologies. It wasn't the internet, but thank you for reminding me. My humblest apologies, and we are going to complete that interview ASAP. All right. So no, let us get back to the story for today. So thank you, CC, for reminding me about that. Yes. So you finished Manning Cup with won the triple. Did you make the all Manning team?
Yes. All Manning.
Okay.
Yes.
You made the all Manning team.
Yes.
And how did it go again? The Al Da Costa team. Did you beat them or did?
To be honest, I'm not. To be honest with you, I don't recall. You'll have to ask Richard Green. Richard Green is the man that can tell you all of that.
Okay.
He's the man that has all of the history of Campo.
Okay, so and you made it all because they used to also select an all school team.
All school, yeah.
You made that?
I don't remember. I made that. I don't remember, so I won't commit and say I did or I didn't. That my memory right now is a little bit short when it comes to some things, and that is one of them.
So you finished at Camperdown. You're also playing at Chartwood.
Yes.
You said during those years while you're at Camperdown, and Chartwood was in what?
Major League.
Okay.
They were in Division 5 at the time. Zone 5. They were in Zone 5 because Major League had a different zone. So yeah, zone. Thank you, gentlemen. Who's that? Oh, Devon, big up my brother. Yes, so Chartwood was in the Zone 5. I believe Zone 5 was Mona, Ligane, Constant Spring, Chartwood, and who else?
Barbican,
yeah. That was the Zone 5 right there. So I was playing against some guys that people maybe just hear about them now, like the Woodstocks and some other guys like Latimore. I was playing against Latimore, playing against Chulo Spence at Santos. So I was a 15-year-old, but I was a big 15-year-old. So people didn't know I was 15. And I had a coach that let me feel like I was Superman. So it really didn't matter if you was 25 and I was just 15. I was just playing football because I love it.
Yeah.
But we got to that point in terms of Harborview. This is a story you need to hear also. So David Pinnock, who was my coach at Charlotte at the time, the one that went to my mom and pleaded to her for her to let me out, because I wasn't allowed to leave my house as a youngster back then without my mom and my dad allowing that. You understand me? So David saw me at Charlotte one evening after school playing and asked me, why you don't come and play with the team? I said, look, I can't play no football without the consent of my mom. So he came to my house and asked my mom for consent. And then my mom told him, anything happened to my son, you're responsible for him. So you're in charge of my son. And so the relationship with David Pinnock started right there. Okay. And as I said, so I was playing with Charlotte as a young age. And then David took us to a match. I believe it was Ligani. Yes, Ligani playing Harborview in the finals. And a guy named Michael Thompson, Fat Eye, scored. And in watching that game, it was, I didn't know I was going to play for Harborview. But the way Harborview was playing at the time, I liked Harborview. So I said to another player who was with me at the time, I'm going to play for that team. Just like that. I said, I'm going to play for that team. I like that team. And so after our last game, Jackie Walters asked me, where am I going? I said, I'm playing with Shark. No, I said, I'm going to Santos. Because Jackie Bell had invited me to come to Santos. Shouted play Santos in a game. And as I told you, I play against guys like Chulo Spence. And anybody who is in my age or a little bit older will know who Chulo Spence was. Big guy. Play for Santos. Like a giant. And I was putting it on. You understand me? So Jackie Bell was surprised.
What do you mean you're putting it on?
I was tackling the big man like it didn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mr. Porter is saying you mean Jadi?
Yes, same one. Jadi Pinnock. Same one, brother. Yeah, so I was tackling Chulo Spence some aggressive way for a youngster. So Jackie Bell came over after the game and asked me, what play for? If this is just Charlotte is my team. And I said, yeah, I've been playing for them for the longest while. And he's like, okay, you know what? After Manning Cup, come and play with us. Yes, so he said, after Manning Cup, come and play with him. Come and play with him. So I told Jackie I was going to Santos, and Jackie said, no, you can't go Santos. I have to come Harborview. Everybody come in Harborview, and I'm there. And I'm like, then okay. But the part of it that was most amazing about how I signed was after the last game, our manager at the time, Harborview manager, I said our manager, he wasn't my manager then, but he was the manager then, a gentleman by the name of Glenn Morrison. I don't know if you ever saw Smile Orange.
Yes, the movie.
Yes, that little boss boy, Glenn Morrison. He's the manager. And so
for Harborview?
Yes, at the time. Yeah, so the last game that we played, I look at as the game finished, this was Glenn Morrison right at the field, right at the track with a form for us to sign. All of us, me, Peter, Rugo, Doc, all of us sign here. You're playing for Harborview. And that's all it was. And so I ended up starting playing.
So what age was that now? Because this is when you just finished.
Yes. So I just finished now. So I'm 18.
You're 18.
Yes.
Have a child that going to be born. Are you going to play football?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sound intriguing because that means Harborview must be paying some big money.
No, wait, see, the point is this, right? My dad, rest his soul, I've always told me that you have a responsibility, you must follow through on your responsibility. So I had to find ways and means of supporting my child while I'm playing football. Football, my first love. So my second love now is family. You understand me? So I have to take care of family. So I had to find out jobs and things like that and, do what I had to do. You understand me? Because as you know, you had guys that were playing, that were working at Seprod, Air Jamaica, all over the place. Because back then, you play football, business house was almost like major league. so you could get a job. But I wasn't playing business also, you know, I was finding other jobs to do to support my family at the time. And it paid off, you know. I mean, it's not like I had a plan, like, okay, I'm going to do this, do this, do this. Oh, I just bite the bullet and just do what I had to do. Sacrifice and did it.
Yeah. Karen Peter saying, bless up, Andrew.
IP. Good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. So now this is the first season at Harborview. Harborview is what? In Premier League or in Major League?
Okay. There was a league at the time. Cravenay League was.
All right, Cravenay League
before,
yeah.
Right. So we were playing Major League and Premier League at the time.
Okay, you're playing both of them at the same time. So you're playing. Okay.
It was not one league situation like now. It was you play your domestic league and then you play the national league. So the national league would be the winners of the parishes that would compete.
Okay, all right. So you're playing first season of Premier League, Cravenay League, and Major League at Harborview. Tell us about that. For you know, how was that for you? Leaving out a schoolboy football, stepping into a Harborview team.
Okay, so as I said,
this is like 83, 84. Or
yes.
84,
so
85,
I finished 82.
Yeah.
The Minor Cup season finished 82. All right, and then from 82, I think it finished. I don't remember exactly when it finished, but I left and went into the Major League, which is Harborview at the time. So 82, 83, 84, all of that was Harborview, right up. Okay, so at that point when I was playing Harborview, it was a very good time in the sense that it was like the changing of the guard, so to speak. The guys in my era versus the guys in the era before, which is DV and Fatai, you know, these older guys. So I got a chance to play with some of them, and I got a chance to compete against some of them. So I had the best of both worlds. I had players with extreme talent, older than me, that I was learning from and competing against. So it made an intriguing first year for me. So I was playing center half. Can you imagine this 18-year-old guy coming to the team and was leading the team at 18 because I was playing central defense. Back then it was known as sweeper. So I was a sweeper of the team. DV was in goal. And then we had some more guys that were there previously with the addition of Peter, myself, Mark, Doc. And Cabra didn't come until the next year, I believe, because Cabra had one more year in Manning Cup. So Cabra came the next year.
Because Cabra was also at Camperdown.
Yes, and Cabra had one more year. After we won, Cabra had one more year in school. And I think he finished school before he came. But yeah, so I had a mixture of, what should I say, seasoned players or older players with the young players. And so that year it's like a baptism. But it wasn't set up where, like, you know, when guys make a transition into Europe, they struggle. It wasn't really a struggle for us leaving from high school because I said I was competing at 15 already. Henceforth, I was already in the mix of things, so to speak. So it wasn't a difficult transition for me.
Okay. All right. So first season in a team with some big names, Peter Cargill and Duck and DV in goal, and say who was the coach at Harborview that time, and what did Harborview?
Mr. Walters. Jackie Walters was the coach.
Oh, Jackie Walters was the coach?
Yes.
So he was coaching Harborview and he was coaching Camperdown at the same time?
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
And so we went to the final 85.
Yeah, let me tell you when he went to the final, because in 85, 86, and Boyston went to the finals. Yes, and Boyston defeated you.
Yeah, I want to make sure the first final that I played with Harborview,
you played against Seba in the President's Cup.
Yes. But the Boyston game, I think that might have been a knockout competition. I'm not certain. But the Boyston game, it came on to a penalty kick. And of course, I was the one that I volunteered for that penalty kick because everybody else didn't want to take the penalty kick. And yeah, I'm laughing now, but I was so mad at myself because I had second thoughts or doubts. I'm say doubts, but I rethink the thing. So I decided I would take the penalty because everybody else didn't want to take penalty. So I volunteered for penalty. And I've always kicked penalty with power and direction, just left side, boom. And for some reason, I walked up to the penalty spot and decided I'm going to place the ball with the side of my foot. And so the ball ended up over the post, down into the stand. I was so mad at myself.
No, man, you don't place the ball, man. That doesn't like you place the ball.
I placed it over the net. That's what I did.
No, that's like a rifle because it reaching the stands.
Just go to show you the mindset I was in. You understand me? I went with the mindset to put the instep inside of it and then changed and went side foot.
And how have you lost that finals?
How have you lost that finals? And so the next year now we got sweet revenge, and we won. So
you won. What did you? What it was in the Premier? It was in the It was in the Craveney League because Harborview didn't win the Craveney League, so it must have been what was it? Major League.
It was Major League.
Okay. Because I hear about these games that you guys would play like. There's a game when Boystone was down. Yeah. And they came back, and then the next game, you were down, and you came back in that game. These are the same games they're talking about. That was in the Major League.
Yes, and for those, the public or the audience right out there right now who only see a Reggae Boys game with the stadium filled, oh man, you should have been in our time to see Harborview Boystone clash. Harborview Boystone clash was something like a Reggae Boys game. The stadium was jam-packed, end to end, grandstand, entire bleachers. It was like that when Harborview and Boystone.
Yeah?
Fixtures. Yeah, Harborview Boystone fixtures was a fixtures of the season. It doesn't matter what position they were in, it's a season. Because it's always the East versus the West. Stars of the East versus the Red Brigade.
Okay. Who were some of those Boystone players, you had to go up against, and what were those games like?
Oh, man, let me tell you something, right? Boystone and Harborview had Camperdown players, right? Both teams had Camperdown players. And I'm going to name some of the players. For Boystone, there was Hugh Bailey, all right? Thomas McLean, Delroy Lewis, that's Zadie we're talking about right there. Then the other guy that used to play for Harborview, that named Howard Cephas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just telling you about the Camperdown connection right there. And then, you had the Harborview, you had me, Peter, Doc, Rugo, you understand me? And a guy named Richard Coke also. So, and you cannot tell that, we were all Camperdonian because it was fierce battle, all right? And then I'm going to include some more fellas too that were very mean. And, it's their character because it was of the conception that, it was of the, what should I say, the belief that Harborview was a society team, nice boys them, and so it was the nice guys against the rude boys, so to speak. So when Harborview Boystone clash, they bring back some serious gladiator memories because the guys were coming at us, so we had to stand our grounds. You understand me? And the feud and the field continued just like that. Not in terms about football feud, so to speak. It continued, and so you had a Joe Downer now. You understand?
Ruffles.
Bonafide Brethren Joe. You understand me? And Dan Pantan, Harsey. You understand me? Yeah, them kind of guys out there, A guy named Police. I'm just calling the aliases because most of the names.
Yeah. No, man, I understand. They're not on the team, so you don't remember the name.
Yeah,
But Lenny Hyde. Hardware brother. What about Lenny Hyde?
Yeah, of course, Lenny Hyde. Yeah. Ali McNabb. You understand me? So these clashes here were clashes that brought out the crowd, and everybody. St. Thomas, Westmoreland, Montego Bay, people be traveling east, west, north, and south of the island to come and see these finals at Harborview Boystone. It was like that.
Yeah, Karen Peter, I say you're too strong, man. You kick out with the ball. You kick with the ball. This is Joe Donner said, BOWA, remember Sammy D.
Yes.
And Bull Edward. And Bull Edward.
Camperdown guys, those two. Thank you, Joe. Bonafide. Yeah, so see, it reminded me of some more Camperdown guys that was on the field. So it was almost like a Camperdown clash.
And Camperdown. One coach, Jackie Walters, Camperdown versus
Jackie
Camperdown.
Walters, all right, and Carl Brown. Carl Brown used to coach Camperdown before too.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's another Camperdown that say have Camperdown coach and Camperdown players. You understand
I
me?
didn't know that Carl Brown used to coach Camperdown, man.
Yeah, and then you had, Joe from Veer and other guys from Dintil as Pantan, and it was something else. Believe me, it was something else.
It's a packed stadium.
Yeah. Joe, please tell him I'm not lying, Joe.
All right. But so Harborview, you never really won the Craveney League with Harborview. But
No.
you played all your career at Harborview, or did you ever move?
All my career at Harborview, I left and I went to college for a while. But all my local
What was your college career like? You did play football and how?
I played 2 years in college. I made second team All-American at West Virginia Wesleyan College.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you came back to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And went back to Harborview.
Came back, wanted to play. Mr. Stewart, Carvel Stewart, insist that ship pass and I should take up coaching. And I was like, no. And you know what the sad thing about
Really?
it?
What year?
I was in my early 30s. I could have played. No, I could have played. I lied. I could have played. But my Westmoreland, my Westmoreland brethren wanted me to play one season. I told you, I didn't tell you all of this too, but we get back to that when you say East, West, where I'm from. Actually, yes. I'll get to that shortly. But cousins in Westmoreland wanted me to give Reno at least one season, and I wanted to. So when I came back, I should have went down to Reno and given them the one season, but because Harborview is so close in my heart, I decided I'm going to Harborview. And Mr. Stewart shoot me down and point me in the direction of coaching. And so I started coaching the under 16 then. But let me just backtrack now to where my roots is. Okay, so viewers, my roots is St. Thomas and Westmoreland. And I'll explain this to you by way of parentage, grandparent. My grandma, she's from St. Thomas. My grandfather is from Westmoreland. My dad is from Westmoreland. So when my grandma and my grandfather got together, they produced my mom in Westmoreland because my father was in Westmoreland. My grandfather, who was a real estate man, so to speak at the time, had cane and all of these things. So he was like me, so to speak. And I'll get to that too. So my roots is west and east, but because my grandma relocated to Westmoreland, I didn't get to see St. Thomas any at all. Only heard about St. Thomas. So Westmoreland was where my mom and dad would send me every holiday. Every holiday. So when this long holiday come, my bag pack and it's Westmoreland. So I get to know all of the relatives from Westmoreland and all of that. So Westmoreland is where I spent most of my time other than Kingston. So
yeah, man, you choose to play for Harborview when Reno was winning and top team them times, man, going on with all bag of things down in the West.
well.
Hey, you don't have that.
You have to understand, when you're a youngster at age 15 and you see a team, it's like Bayern Munich, then so to speak. I have loved Bayern Munich all my life and Tottenham, right? And the reason I love Tottenham is because of the Jamaican connections, you understand me? And the German, when I said Jamaican, there was this guy named God Crooks, I believe the name was. Yeah, God Crooks was a Jamaican that played for Tottenham. And so I kind of gravitate towards it like that, you understand me? And then with Germany, the Kaiser was my guy. I fashioned my game after the Kaiser, Franz Beckenbauer. So Bayern Munich was my team. But I wasn't seeing these games. These are things I had read, from the and so I kind of bond to them. No, with Harborview, Harborview was just the same. I saw Harborview and love Harborview, and it just played out like that. It's not like it was almost like destiny, because remember I told you, Jackie Bell, had invited me to Santos, but I still end up at Harborview. So it was just destiny, so to speak. All
right, I'm going to take a couple of the comments and then we'll get back to some of the other story. Let me get this one from Danville Monroe. Said Andrew was a very outspoken player. and brave leader on and off the field. With all respect, and learn from him, the big one. And
Oh,
learn from
yes.
him, the big one. So
And
that's what.
And let me just get to Mr. Danville Monroe, who I call my little brother. He lives and resides in England, and we talk a lot. A lot of people didn't know that I started coaching while I was playing at Harborview. I coached Danville 1 year at the minor league level. Danville,
Okay.
Robert Hall, Edley Lang, all of these guys. It was 87, I believe, because it's about 87. I think DV had to go to the States or something was a problem. And they chose me to coach a team, and I've never coached before. So I end up coaching these guys and being mentor to these guys. You understand me? And as you will see also in one of the pictures I sent you, you see Bible Garden on the field with me in a match. I think it was over by Spanish Town. So there was this big brother responsibility that I had. You understand me?
Yeah.
And there are more fellas too, like Tigani. And Dan can tell you who Tigani is because he's online right now.
Tigani.
Yes.
Oh, you don't remember the correct name. That's all right.
No, I remember the name, but I just don't want to spill out the name right now. I want Dan to tell everybody who Tigani is because he's an ardent guy just like himself.
Yeah. So you and Ricardo Gardner played for Harborview at the same time.
Yes, he was a youngster at the time. I was in my, what should I say, my final go around.
20s.
Yeah, my
in
final
the late
go
20s.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, final go runs, and so he was at left back. As a matter of fact, his older brother was playing on the team at the time too. So there was two brothers on the team at the time. He and his brother, and then Bibi came in and was playing because Bibi was playing with the junior team at the time, the minor league team. But he was that good that we used to use him in the team a lot.
Yeah. All right,
Calvin Murray. Oh, it's Calvin Murray. Since that Danville don't want to put up the man name, Calvin Murray, alias Tigana. He lives in the state now.
I'm going to see if I can show them the picture of you and Bibi. So just hold on. Let me see if I can get that one. See if we can get that picture of people. Just give us a sec. We're going to show you that picture of Ricardo Gardner. Very young. Yeah, so let's see if we can get it. I hope they can see it.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yes.
Yeah, man. So that's you and Bibi playing for Harborview.
Yes.
How old is Bibi at this time?
Bibi was in teenage, but he was a teenager then.
Whoa. So okay. So you were playing for Jamaica?
No, that time there. During that time, that was just before Renee Simonis came, and then I left for the States again.
Okay, all right. So let me take a couple more of the comments, and then we get back. This is Bless Up BOWA, my brother Camperdown. Camperdown and Harborview legend. There you go. And he's saying that we must ask about your coaching days. We're gonna get to that, man. And Jodette is asking, did BOWA play on the Camperdown 82 team with Peter Cargill? Peter sat on the ball at Cornwall College in the Olivier Shield. Is that true?
Well, yes, it's true. I have to admit it, but there were circumstances, mitigating circumstances. So at this time, I'm going to plead the fifth so that I don't incriminate myself. But there were circumstances behind it, and Peter ended up getting banned, and we had to go to court and all kind of thing. But
for sitting on the ball?
Yeah, because they say he brought the game in disrepute.
Oh, I thought he was trying to beat somebody and sat on the ball. I didn't know, like.
No,
it's all right.
There was a situation where we were leading, and this is the Oliver Shield, right? And we were leading, and so we had a second leg in Montego Bay, all right? But everything that we were doing seemed to, I mean, I'm not saying it and that they were stealing or the referee was in favor of Cornwall more than us or anything like that. No, but I'll leave it up to Richard. Richard will give you a better explanation when you talk to Richard because he seems to have all the details. But yes, so Peter sat on the ball and it brought the game in disrepute and the game had stopped and everything. But we were actually protesting against something that wasn't right.
Okay.
That was it. It was really a protest more than anything else. It wasn't anything like Peter was doing something that was wrong. He was doing it in the best interest of the team. And when the captain said, sit, don't move, we did not even hesitate. All of us responded like true soldiers.
Okay, I see. All right, now, so at what age did you get your first senior call-up, and how many appearances, and how was your time playing for the Jamaica team?
Okay, so getting into the Jamaica team, and the Jamaica team wasn't an easy team to get into.
Then, who were some of the defenders that you had to try to?
They were great defenders then. I'll give you one. There was a guy like Dean Wilmot, called him Messi.
Okay.
And if you're looking, I'll send you some picture and you're looking, you'll see him standing beside me in that national picture I sent you. So
in the national picture, let's see if we can find that one.
Yeah. So you had guys like Cement Kid from
that's Horace Samuels.
Yes, Horace Samuels. You had a bunch of good defenders. So it was very difficult.
Anthony Carbet wasn't there.
Yes, but as well as the captain at one point also. But in terms of defenders, we had some defenders that really were good, hard tackling defenders. So when I got into the team, I think I got in team 85.
This is the picture you're talking?
Yeah. Okay, that is me. Yeah, okay, you see okay, right. All right, let me see. I'm gonna from left, I'm facing the picture. So from left, you have Andy Curry. All right, and then this guy beside him is Plummer, standing. The guy stooping in front of Plummer's Carbet. The guy beside Carbet, that is a guy named Gaynor, Kenneth Gaynor. Above Gaynor is the guy we call Okra Slime, and then Sammy D beside him. Then you have Fairweather, Leon Fairweather. You have David Burgess. You have Teagat Davis. You have beside me that guy there with the big soul. That's Dean Wilmot, Elas Messi. Then you have me beside Messi, looking to the right of Messi, and then Joe Donner to my left. And below Joe Donner, you have Wedderburn. Then you have Spider, yeah. Then you have Blacks. Come on. You know that little guy used to go Rossi's. I can't remember his name. And that's Lenny Hyde there stooping. And Linval McKenzie beside him. I can't remember this other guy beside Linval, but that is Panton. And then you have this guy here that used to play for Marvelly. Everald Petty. Can't remember. Oh, that's the guy beside Wedderburn is Hudson.
Then Hudson is a play for Reno.
No, Reno, yeah. We call him Hudson.
Hudson. Yeah. They call him Den too, but it's Dennis Hudson. Hudson.
Right, Dennis Hudson, that's right. I can't remember the youngster in the middle that's stooping, but he was in school too when he made the national team. So, and as I said, the team was no easy team, because you look at that team right there now, you can see, these are some guys that put in work. You understand me? These are no guys that got anything free. So
somebody's saying that is Lincoln Stewart.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, sir. Joe Dex. Yeah. You have a very knowledgeable audience here. Thank you, Joe Dex. That's the gentleman, Mr. Stewart. Correct. Linton Stewart.
Oh, and the game, when I saw Ricardo Gardner and you, it was actually a compound.
Well, I saw the wall. It looked like compound wall before it was done. You're right.
Yeah, right. That's what Claudia Hodges just said. It is not Spanish Town prison oval. It's actually compound before the wall. The wall
was done. Thank you very much. Because you know that prison oval had a wall right there too. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, and somebody else is saying that, yes, Calvin Murray, I know that you are watching the great ball.
Family, Leslie Yard. Good looking out.
Yeah. All right. So you got into the Jamaica team, but it was, like I said, it was very difficult because even Badas Carbet is not in this team yet.
Right.
That you just saw. All right. Yeah. So tell us about that experience. What game were you going to play? Who were you going to play? Yeah.
So we didn't have regular scheduled fixtures. I mean, like no, where Jamaica regular friendly fixtures are, preparing for a competition. But then To be honest with you, I think it was just the Olympics mostly we tried to prepare for. You understand me? But we had a lot of regional games against like Cuba, Barbados, regional teams. And I believe, regional teams mostly. We never really played the big clubs or the big countries, but regional most of the time. And sometimes we get games. Say we traveled. I believe we traveled to Cayman one time, I believe, and we played an English team that was vacationing over there.
Okay.
So
but you never had like World Cup qualifiers and see.
Well, to be honest with you, I can't recall any World Cup games, but I remember Olympic qualifying games. You understand me? But okay. I can't recall the World Cup qualifyings. And then this is where also the Caribbean tournament was coming into play too. So we played some Caribbean tournaments too. I remember going to Trinidad and playing that. And then Chris Bunting and his associate started or should I say, buy a franchise in the Caribbean professional team. And so we had Kingston Lions. So a bunch of national players also was playing for Kingston Lions. So we had that too as a part of preparation for a national team because everybody on Kingston Lions was a national player.
Okay. All right, let's take some more. I mean, we have so many comments coming in. So I'm going to try. This is Triple D TV saying, big up Andrew Hinds, aka BOWA, my former teammate from Shortwood President Cup and minor league of 79, 80, 81 days where it started with Jaddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. As I told you, so you see that gentleman there, Triple D.
He said Dandy. It's a big up coming from Dandy.
Yeah. Dandy, yes, man. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. As I said back in the day, David Pinnock is race outside. And I'm going to say something now that people might. My first trainer, and I said trainer too because David kind of personalized it, right? David lived at Wedcombe, which is off Shortwood Road, and I live off Barbican Road. So I used to walk to David house. And when I walk to David house, when you go by David house, you know that wheel? This is the first time I use a wheel. Because David was almost like a fitness freak. One of the fittest person I've ever been around, David Pinnock. So he started my journey in terms of physical, getting your body prepared to play a game. And so I learned to use a wheel. And in case people don't know what I'm talking about, it's a wheel that you have two handles and there's a wheel right here. And you have to stand straight and then push that wheel all the way.
The ab roller.
Yes, they call it the ab roller. We call it the wheel. Yeah, the ab roller.
Yeah.
I mean, that was no joke. And David used to put us through that. And weights training took away. David had his own little gym around there. So, we used to go there and get ourselves physically prepared to play minor league. But David was actually grooming me for the senior team.
Yeah. And I see Jodek saying Kenneth Blacks, and Linton Kongstewart were the only schoolboys that got selected straight out of school that year.
Yes.
Most of them were playing for Rossies.
Yes.
Or
yes.
one of them I think so.
Yeah, Blacks was Rossies.
Yeah, Blacks was Rossies.
Yeah.
All right. Someone here is asking, they keep asking if the Camperdown 81 team was better than the 82 team.
Okay, let me tell you this. And I'm going to tell you my opinion, right? My opinion in terms of talent, the 81 team, well, actually, you should say the 81, say the 79 team, because if you look at it year by year, I would have been on the 81 team. So the 81 team would be the year before I won the triple champion. So that person must be referring to the 80 and the 79 team. All right. So if they're referring to that team, well, it's a different thing. But if you're referring to both teams that I played on, I would say
Sorry, we just got some correction that Blacks was Cornwall College.
Yes. Cornwall
College.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should know. Know. Okay, so the question is, they're asking which of the team that was
the 81 or the 82 team.
So they're referring to the same team that I played on, right? Okay,
Yeah.
no, I would say that the 82 team,
Isn't it that this? You said it is the same team that came across and won.
right?
It
Yeah, but
basically,
like
so you
about two
don't.
people. Yes, like about two people. So I would say, right, because the first thing, that was my first time, right? So we weren't family, so to speak. Then the 82 team was a family. The 82 team was almost like brothers. Yeah, well, I mean, the 81 team, I was feeling my way through a Manning Cup setup, so to speak. So when the 82 team came around, now everybody knew everybody and knew what we wanted and what we were about. So before we even started training, the mindset was we're going to win Manning Cup. That was the mindset. So I
Okay.
wouldn't say it was better. I would say that the mindset and the camaraderie was greater.
Yeah. Somebody was asking earlier, like, who did you beat in the finals?
Casey,
Yeah, you beat. I mean, in the national stadium.
yes.
Yeah, how
Mark
did that
Saman
get?
score. Mark
Who
Saman,
scored?
who didn't
Mark
score
Salmon
all
score.
season. Who didn't score all
So you
season.
defeated Casey by 1-0.
2 goal. 2 goal.
Two
If
goals to
my
nil.
memory don't sir, I'm almost certain it's 2 goal.
So was the KC team good?
Oh yeah, this K team, that team had, as I tell you, they had this guy X-Man. And anybody remember X-Man? It was
X-Man.
this skinny brown guy. Let me tell you something, man. That boy couldn't tire for nothing. That boy run the whole day. The whole day. No, I mean, I said run the whole day. But there was an unfortunate situation that took place on the field. And I'm going to mention it now because my good friend, I don't know if he's listening, but someone might be listening. Pete
All
from
right, hold on. Don't move yet. All right, because there you go. So Kenneth Blacks actually went to Rossies and lost the
Yes.
DaCosta Cup final to Cornwall
Cornwall.
College when Cloggy Carlton Alexander actually scored the winner for Cornwall. That is true.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So let just yeah. So X-Man, right? So go ahead. You say he couldn't get tired.
Yeah, that boy couldn't tire for nothing. But they had
What they call him, Carnell Mackenzie.
yes. No,
Yeah.
that's that is Carnell is different from X-Man. It's two of them, right?
Okay.
It's Carnell Spence Mackenzie's X-Man. So he's mixing up both names.
Oh, so there was a Carnell Spence.
Yes. And then there was X-Man, who was Mackenzie.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Carnell went to primary school with me.
Oh.
He and Patrick Taylor and some more fellas, as I mentioned earlier. Right. But to get with it, Runko Spence. Them call him Rugo. 2-0, we beat them, yeah. We beat them 2-0.
Yes.
Rugo scored 2, right. So Runko Spence, Carnell, went to primary school with me. Now the team had him and it. I think Patrick Taylor was a member of that team also. But they had a very good team. A guy named Matt Donald, Buzz. These were the two center half at the time, and these were good guys. These guys played on the juvenile team, and I didn't make the juvenile team. So I'm just telling you what it was about then. These two center half was Jamaica juvenile representative, and I wasn't. So I'm just letting you know how good the team was at the time. You understand me? But this one highlight of the game, which was a little bit of bitterness in my mouth.
Yeah.
Was when I had to. Well, let me put it this way. I went to head a ball, and I followed through with my head, and someone put their head in front of the ball. Henceforth, my forehead made connection with the person's head back, and the person fell and had to be hospitalized. His brother came on the field and threatened me.
Oh, so this is the final?
Yes.
So the game stopped.
The game stopped. And
so you knock out the man.
Well, I am not proud. It's not something I go about doing deliberately.
I like what you said, though. You said that you go hit the ball, and the man move it from behind the ball and put it in front of the ball. I like that.
Yeah. We can break it down like that. You know, some people might see it in a different light, but that's exactly what I'm in motion to head. So I see the ball and I go into head, and in almost like a flash, the person put their head in front of the ball, and so I made contact with his head and went down. But anyway, his big brother is my friend. We play for Pelican up by UA in the Masters League, Pete. So I didn't know this then. Pete ran on to the side of the field and threatened me. Pete was going to hurt me for his brother. And I didn't do his brother anything. But the unfortunate thing is, and it is so ironic that this happened. This is what happened, right? This is the irony of it. Peter had called to me earlier because Peter was getting beat up by their defenders.
Oh, okay. Peter Cargill was getting beat up?
Yeah, they were beating Peter up on the field. I said beat him up, they were tackling him real hard. You understand me? They were tackling Peter. And so Peter shot me and said, boy, if I kill me, I'm sorry, take care of me.
Wasn't Peter Cargill a midfielder?
Yes, but Peter was one of the midfielder. Like, okay, you see where you have these attacking midfielders?
Okay.
That was Peter used to play before Peter reverted into a defensive midfielder.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so Peter was always an attacking midfielder. When he got into the Jamaica team, he was the central defender, or should I say the 911 in front of the defenders, so, as according to Rene Simonis. Yeah. Okay, because Peter's always been an attacker. So they were beating Peter up there, and I'm like, okay, Peter, everything is good. Not knowing that I was going to do this to this youngster, not deliberately, you understand me, but it just sped out like that, and then it seemed like a retaliation, and so
because of what Peter was saying, no, they thought it was deliberate.
Yes, they thought it was a retaliation, and it wasn't. You understand me?
But the game continued though.
The game continued, yes, and it finished, and me and Peter became very good friends.
Okay. And well, how was the stadium for that final?
No, it's KC we played, man. It's KC we played on this Camperdown. And remember, during that days, Camperdown had a year day in 79 to about 83. No, I shouldn't say 79, 77 to about 83. Camperdown was almost like a dominant force in Manning Cup.
Yeah?
Yeah. 77 team? Oh, man. I'm going to try to do some research and send you the 77 team. You have people like Heineken Palmer and 77 team, David Burgess. We're talking about people like those who are on the 77 team.
Okay, so you guys are playing on a legacy because you're coming into the team and you're knowing what the Burgess and the Heineken Palmer have done and stuff.
Thank you very much. And so now we had the burden of responsibility to follow through from what these guys did. You understand me? So we were under more pressure. You understand me?
Did you lose any game that season?
That season, no. We didn't lose any game. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, we lost one game, and that was the Nutriment Trophy because they had, this was what was happening, right? Veer Technical was the better team in the Costa Cup that year. And if you ask anybody, they say Veer should have won the Costa Cup, but they didn't. All right? And so they created a version, or should I say, I think Veer won the Ben Francis. That's like the Walker Cup down there, right? The Ben Francis. I think Veer won the Ben Francis. And so they wanted Veer to play Camperdown in a competition. So they created a competition where the Ben Francis winner play the Walker Cup winner. And so Camperdown would play Veer. And this competition was played after Christmas. Now the
Nutriment Cup.
That's right. Exactly. It was known as the Nutriment Cup. So this competition was played after Christmas. Now, all of us were on holiday. All of us was on holiday. We were eating cake and partying and all of this. And then the game came up and Veer beat us. And that was the only game we lost.
So, but the Nutriment Shield, right?
Yes.
Nutriment. But Veer was good, man. Because Veer had Joe Downer. Or he wasn't.
Veer should have won the Costa Cup that year. And because the sponsors or everybody wanted to see a Camperdown Veer clash, they made the Nutriment Trophy, the Ben Francis and Walker Cup winner competition. So the winner of Walker Cup would play the winner of Ben Francis. So we end up playing Veer.
Because the guys would not have made for the Olivia Shield.
Right.
Because Cornwall who defeated Veer?
I think Cornwall defeated Veer because Cornwall ended up winning the Costa Cup. It's Cornwall win the Costa Cup that year.
Cornwall won the Costa Cup. There you go. So because Veer was so good and they wanted you guys to play Veer, they created a Nutriment Shield.
Right.
I didn't know that.
When last we hear about the Nutriment Shield playing, I think they played it 1 year after that again and then it was done. Never to be seen again.
Okay. Okay. I see. Wow, that is interesting. And Severe beat you guys.
Yeah, Veer beat us.
Who are some of the players on the Veer team that you went up against?
Well, of course, Joe. Joe is always. Oh, let me tell you something too. Just for everyone to know, there was this guy that played for Veer. Joe, I hope you're watching. Come on, you tell the people them your twin brother name. Them call him Eradication. That was his nickname at the time.
Eradication.
Yeah. Bad boy, man, I tell you, no, I'm serious. This boy was his name Palmer. That's his last name.
Oh, that is the Palmer that died, the left footer that died young.
Let me tell you something, man.
Always, Linval Paula Wilson tell me about him.
That boy was a gem. Let me tell you something, man. That boy was a gem. That boy, man.
Paula Wilson tell me that he's the best left footer.
Well, probably the best left footer he has seen. But Paula, I'm going to have to tell you that that's not the best left footer ever. There's a guy, a young man that everybody who watching this and know Camperdown, when I call this name, they're going to say yes. The best left footer I've ever seen, and I've seen quite a few. Errol Blake.
Yeah, but Errol Blake too. Yeah.
Scarlet Pimpernel. Let me tell you something, man. When we go to
what they call him?
The Scarlet Pimpernel.
The Scarlet Pimpernel. People hear these things.
when
this is a real history lesson.
When you go to a Camperdown game, listen, we go to a Camperdown game, this man here will guarantee you a win. Rowan Palmer, thank you very much. Rowan Palmer, that was the Veer guy that died. No, as I said, Errol Blake.
Errol Blake is a Veer man as well.
No. Errol is a Camperdown man. That's the left foot. I'm telling you, I'm comparing. No, when they talk about Palmer, the gentleman said that is the best left footer he has ever seen. I'm not going to say no because it's his eyes that see. It's not my eyes that see.
Yeah, so well, he's a Veer man. He's a Veer man, so he's going to pick the Veer man.
No, well, he might have never seen Blakey, and I'm just saying that.
Okay, yeah.
So just to be, neutral where it is concerned. Maybe he has never seen Blakey played. Understand me? Blakey was so good that Blakey made all Caribbean as an high school player. All Caribbean. This is what I'm saying to you now. Not all school, not all the Costa, not all Manning, all Caribbean. Because Blakey was also, most of the time, most of us was playing Major League. Blakey was playing with Arnett at the time. You understand me? So his talent is just so profound. I mean, anybody saw him would like, wow, Blakey should have been playing in Europe or playing somewhere else, to be honest with you.
Okay. See, Joe Downer saying that that player is still vexed with you, say that his name is Charlie from Boystown Community. That is the one, I think, the KC player. I think that is the KC player, yeah. And then Devon Porter said, BOWA, how good was Errol Blake in comparison to the player we have now?
All right. This is how good Errol Blake was. You don't want to get him upset. It's like Errol Blake is like Michael Jordan. Yeah. When you get Michael Jordan upset, it's just like you're just opening a can of worm. Basically on his good side. I'll give you a perfect example. We're playing Arden, right? In the National Stadium. And this left back, our center half, I don't remember exactly which position he was playing, tackled Blakey and then turned to the grandstand and did this. And pound his chest. The next ball that Blakey pick up is lane 6 him end up in. And I'm not joking. Blakey shit him off for the field, him end up in the trap. No, I'm telling you.
End up in lane 6.
Yes, lane 6 him end up in. And anybody who knows, we tell you I'm not lying. That is how fierce he was. Blakey can guarantee you a win. He's that good. He can create for himself and he can create for the team. Very, very nice player.
Yeah, Cosman Williams also shared a story when I did his interview. He said that, I mean, you remember when Seaver and Harborview met in the President's Cup, he said, you remember you and him going up for a header. And he says all he can remember is that he when he walked back up and saw himself, he had several stitches all over his face because he was knocked out. So it seemed like it's a regular thing for you to.
I knew it was going to go there. I knew it. That's why I started the conversation and not possible, because I knew it was going that direction. But look here, let me be honest.
So often have you had head collisions and the other person come out,
Well, Allah. I'm going to say Allah. I'm going to tell you why. And listen, and I'll say it too, right? I told you that in the start that the Kaiser, right? The Kaiser was my hero, so to speak. I wear number 5 all through my life playing football, right? The Kaiser. So basically, and then I had people when I start watching football, the greater are the should I say the older guys, them like a Billy Perkins, like a Balance Mullins.
Somebody saying that the player that Blakey shift was Danny Scarcher.
No. This is me I'm talking about. Imitating Daddy Scarcher, because there's a guy named Scarcher that came from Augustown that played before me, and he was just as brutal. You understand?
Oh, so you were brutal.
Let me explain something to you. Defenders, I want to make it quite clear. Defenders then and defenders now is two different things. Two different pot of fish, so to speak. All right? Defenders back then had to be aggressive and no nonsense. So I did long jump, so I had a lot of hops in me then, as I would say. I could jump very high. So that was one of my strong points, right? So whenever a ball come across and I say BOWA, which is everybody know, I call my name. I don't just go up my head. So when I say BOWA, everybody on my team move. Everybody. It don't matter who you is. When I say BOWA, you move. The goalkeeper, the defenders, the center forward, anybody. When I say BOWA, it simply means that I have zeroed in on this ball. You understand me? Like a heat-seeking missile. So if you're there, I'm going to head you. So please don't be there, because I'm going to follow through the head. And that is also playing through. And that's how I was nurtured in playing football. Aggressive, play hard, play firm, play direct, play straight. You understand me? No nonsense. And so most of the guys that grew up during my era and the guys before me were not no nonsense player. Billy Perkins, you understand me? As I said before, which is my very good friend. May his soul rest in peace. Balance Mullins too. You understand? Aberview players. These people I fashioned my game after the way they played too. You understand me? Because they were before.
That is Scarcher.
Scarcher too. Well, Scarcher, as I said, Scarcher was at Camperdown. You understand me? So I see Scarcher every day, and he's my good friend also too. So defenders then were tacklers. You understand me? As they would call it, destroyers. So we break down all of these tackles. You understand me? Defenders now have more responsibility. You understand me? They start games. You understand me? They destroy. They create. Well, we had to create too. But our main responsibility was to prevent goals from scoring. So we had to do what we had to do. And none of that was vicious and violent against the individual. Because me and Cass good also. You understand me? Most of the guys in that I played with and competed with very, very good friends, our close friends. Like as I said, Dan, Pantan, and Joe. Them boys, some guys who I used to battle with hard. And they're my friends. My very, very, very good friends.
Yeah. All right, let me take a couple of comments and then we'll go ask you. Yeah, somebody said Dave Brooks used to look good in front of BOWA Hinds and the national team.
Yes, it's good too. Yeah.
And then Peso is saying that the defenders are soft now for true. And then I see Devon Porter here saying Errol Blake is the only player I see control a ball in midair on his side, on his chest, and turn with it on his chest versus Arden.
Yep. Very, very talented player. Very, very talented. That man left us too soon.
So gifted. Devon Porter, Errol Blake, or Blake is so gifted. I think it was a beauty to watch him, the most graceful player I've seen. I think that is in a Jamaican context. And then this person is asking if I him have to learn from with the rough. With the rough
well, look here, as I said, right? All right. With every era, there is traditions that you follow, right? As I said, I learned from the guys before me. So Agla would have learned from people before him. I might be one of them, might not be. You understand me? It could have been someone else from down by Reno that played strong football, because Reno had good players too. Reno had some excellent players. Richard Andrews and yeah, Goff is my bona fide virgin. I told you, I'm Westmoreland roots. Yeah. So me and most of those guys, I spend time with these fellas. A lot of these fellas. Jim Dandy, you understand me? Me and Jim Dandy. Dunswell is the uncle of my nephew. My last brother as a child with his sister. This just go to show you how much Westmoreland is like a part of me.
All right, so here's what now. So who are some of the toughest players that you have had to encounter in your playing career? Maybe a center forward who used to give you a lot of problems, or anyone like, anytime you play against him, he score against you.
Okay. I'm going to call, there's in midfield, Joe Downer. Joe tough. Joe can come up there and tangle with you. Joe don't fear nobody. Joe amazing, and we're cut of the same cloth, so we will clash a lot, right? Okay. There was this guy that played for Tivoli, and he used to go to Meadowbrook. Them call him Charlie Miller. No, not Charlie Miller. Johnny Pecker. I can't remember his right name. Johnny Pecker. Anybody out there?
Yeah, anybody know who Johnny Pecker?
Johnny Pecker. He used to go Meadowbrook and then play for Tivoli, and then he went to Wadada. Johnny Pecker.
Yeah.
Albert Ashley. That's his name. Albert Ashley.
Oh yeah, and he played for Hazard as well. I think he played for.
Yeah. I think he played for Hazard.
I think he was at Hazard. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He played for Wadada. No, let me tell you the story about me and him. But Tiga too was also one of them guys too that competition was very, very tight. Because Tiga had speed and I just tap and go. So Tiga had a little bit of speed that could be deceptive. But Ashley was the blue collar worker. That guy like tough like Neil. I go remind a game that I played against Wadada. Okay. So the game started. As I told you, defenders have to be hard-nosed, and we have to make statements. Most of the time, our tackles are statements.
Yeah, he played for Galaxy.
Yeah.
Albert Ashley, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So defenders, your first tackle is almost like a statement. So they know exactly what is happening. The center forward will realize, hey, look, this is a no-nonsense defender. No, we can't do this. So we played Wadada, and the first ball that came across it bound about waist height. And Albert Ashley, he's like that. He's going to just push himself into the ball. And he pushed himself straight into the ball. And I swing across the waist. And I hit him across the waist. Not deliberate enough. I went for the ball as usual. They always seem to want to come in front of me when I'm heading or tackling. So the ball bumped about waist height. And Albert Ashley did this. He put himself inside there. And I swing across the ball with my instep. And I made contact straight across his rib. Let me tell you something, my brother. That fella dropped on the ground and I looked at him. And then he looked at me and he got up, brushed himself off, and then ran off. So I am trying to send a statement to him, and he's reacting with his statement like, look, you hit me, I'm going to be coming to you again. So that was one of them hard-nosed players that I played against, Albert Ashley. Real hard player. Him, T-Got, another told you, Joe Donner was hard too. Well, the entire Boystone entourage was something that you had to put up with because they're coming at you. And Joe, I don't know if Joe can remember this one game. I played Tivoli out by Harborview and I broke my thumb, right? The next day or the next game was Boystone. So now I have on a splint on my finger that goes all the way over here and I'm on the field playing against Boystone. And Joe and them friend, all of them, just trying to get into my head. Every time someone pass, bam, punch BOWA on them finger. Bam, punch BOWA on them finger. And I'm like, yeah.
In the match?
In the game, yeah. You understand, they have to use all different kind of tactics. You understand? Because they look, okay, BOWA is the man. We need to get BOWA head out of the game. So everybody pop, bam, bam, bam. So there was this free kick for us, and the ball stopped. And so they gathered. And I just went right over into the Boystone crowd and said, gentlemen, here's my thumb. Anybody want to take a free leg, just go ahead and do it now because I am not coming off the field. And thus end the intimidation. The intimidation just here.
Yeah. Jodet is asking if you remember Tuffy Balls.
Yes, man. Nice little man from Montego Bay, the man. Yes, man.
Okay.
I remember, man.
All right. So who are some of the better players that you have played with, or some of the players that you enjoyed playing with?
Okay. Linval McKenzie, number one. And I'll tell you why. And that's the captain of Harborview. And he also captain the national team. Linval McKenzie.
He was a captain when he was here.
Yes. And he captain the national team too. As a matter of fact, that picture you showed you, he was in the front. He was the captain of the team at the time. Okay. Linval. This is another story. It's a long story about me and Linval, but I will just explain that part of it. Linval was the kind of guy that you could depend on. He will run, he will work until the last whistle, and if you have another 20 minutes, I'm going to run again. So I enjoyed playing with Linval. Linval was this kind of guy that give you support. will work with you forever and ever. David Burgess. I played a little bit with David Burgess. David was a guy like this too. Also, give you support. You understand? David plays center forward. Well, these are guys that was much older than me. David was a very good, what should I say, teammate. You understand me? Most of the guys that I play with, it was enjoyable. All the national players, we had guys in the Harborview team that I play with, the Camperdown crew, were family. The Harborview, when I went to Harborview, we tried, it was almost the same thing too, because the Harborview setup was professional. When I say professional, we were amateurs, but we played professionally and act professionally and carried ourselves professionally, because that was the Harborview way. So we didn't have a choice. Henceforth, sometimes the decisions weren't what you wanted, but for professional reasons, this is what you had to live with, so you had to be professional. So Harborview had this professionalism about it, and so there were other players there I enjoyed playing with. Everybody that I touched base with there, I played with. But the fellas from other clubs that I enjoyed, Bingy, you Blair, he was another guy I enjoyed playing with. Nice guy, you understand me? The reason why most of these guys had good rapport with was because we were a lover of the sport. We weren't professional, but we were a lover of the sport. So because we were a lover of the sport, we were on the same page most of the time. So the understanding was always there. It's just that we didn't get that extra to take us over the hump. You understand me? But camaraderie was always one of the things that was there. There were also other guys too, that some of the guys' name I go mention too. Brief moments with them. Zune Clark, nice guy.
Yeah.
Valley. Den Hutchinson, great guy. You know.
Somebody just asked about Junior Groves.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm so glad you hit on that topic. No, I'm going to start a conversation right here now that is going to be a little bit long. Junior Groves in Canada is giving everybody that comes to Canada from Harborview mostly. He tried to reach out to other people, but most of the guys that he reached out to are Harborview people. And you know it goes to, most of the time you come here, you try and hook up with people. So you have people, Junior has an academy. And when I just came here, I used to go by his academy, help out, just to, get myself back into the groove, because I want to be back in coaching. And so Junior provide that kind of facility for people coming in, because I'm going to call two names, Akeem Priestley and Richard Edwards, both now venturing in their own. You understand me? Priestley coaching youngsters. Richard has his own little academy, Touch of Class. You understand me? And they're doing a good job. They're doing a very good job. But just to get back to Junior Groves. Junior Groves gave them opportunity because they played with Junior Groves team, and then they're doing their own thing now. Nice. You understand me? But Junior Groves been creating opportunities for a lot of kids here. Understand me? By way of providing, what should I say, opportunity for them to go to colleges. Because he has he showcases talents, all of these guys. He showcases talent for scouts from the States to come and look at these guys, so these guys can get into college. And he has guys that he plays all over in Europe, in small leagues, and so they can make the transition into bigger leagues. So Junior has done very, very well here for football in Canada and for the youngsters here. And as I said, he'll always reach out to people. You understand me? To give them a chance and an opportunity for them to do what they're doing. And as I said, he did that for Priestley, and he did that also for Richard Edwards. And also this other guy too. There was this other Tittyman. I can't remember Tittyman's first name, but there's another guy too. Calvin. What's his last name? Calvin Bryant. Used to attend Keys. He played for Harborview. Very, very good center forward. But he also too went.
All right. Wonderful. Listen, we have so many comments. People just work with me. Listen, if you have not yet, please hit the like button. Like the video. We don't want any of the legends to come on, share the story, and when they're rewatching, they don't have 100 likes. So make sure you hit the like button. And if you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. We have some good info to share. To remember, we're going to give away a $500 phone card soon to someone in Jamaica, whichever network you use. But Donna Newman is asking if you ever played with Frank Marshall.
Okay, well, Frank came to Harbour
Played
View.
against.
I played against him when he was at Santos. And when Jeffrey Maxwell came to Harbour View for a short stint, he brought Frank also. So I played with Frank for a while.
Okay. And here's Ricardo Brooks, and he grew up around a lot of arena players, and BOWA Hinds' name would come up, which is funny. It's true, you know. I don't know. You're Andrews and BOWA Hinds' name always come up around Reno conversation. But so many people that thought that you played for Reno, but you never actually you never actually played for Reno. But what was it like? I'm going to show a next picture, and then I want you to talk about what it was like playing for the national team during this time in terms of coaching and finances and all of those things. This is the next play of this is the national team, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, so sponsorship wasn't like, and if you look at the pictures, you see a lot of guys that Juicy Bell is on that team too. Well, you can see right there. Richard Murray, from Mona. I'm just looking at the picture right there because yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
yeah. Paula Wilson there too. Banners. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So let me explain to you what playing for the national team was about. Then, as I say, it was love basically because we didn't have no sponsorship, and whatever sponsorship we have was minor. It was very, 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 very small sponsorship. So it was basically we playing for the love of our country, representing our country, and the love of the football. So at the end of the day, have a game, but wasn't getting no big fat check. You understand me? Sometimes it was difficult to even find transportation to go home after a game. And I'm not lying. It was. But it was a time. You understand me? It was a time. During that time, I guess money wasn't like that. You understand me? And we'll talk about that in a little bit more from now when we get further into this interview. So it was loyalty, commitment, and being a patriot, so to speak. That was the national team.
Yeah. So all right. So what now you're in Canada, you're working in terms of your coaching stuff, you're coaching the youngsters, developing footballers, investing your time back in the sport. When you look now at football in Jamaica at the Manning Cup, the Costa Cup level and the Premier League level, what are your thoughts on the state of football now?
Okay, well, let me make it quite clear though. I came here, and then when I came here, I had the intention of getting back into coaching. But the road to coaching, remember I told her that my father told me that I have responsibility as a man, and I must always carry out my responsibility. Well, my responsibility is to my children to ensure that they are taken care of first and foremost. You understand me? So when I came here, I wanted to pursue the career that I was certified in and love. You understand me? But I couldn't afford that at this stage in my life. You understand me? So I had to seek employment elsewhere. You understand me? However, I still have that love for football. So I don't really coach, or should I say I haven't coached since I got here, other than I help out a couple of youngsters. Some people want me to get into coaching, but the bills have to be paid and the kids need taken care of. So that's not going to happen right now, But hopefully one day I'll get back into it. But at the junior level though, because I think that if we can shape our kids, then the future will be bright. So let us not forget that in order for you to get orange, you have to plant a seed. And when you plant the seed, then you get the orange. But if you don't plant the seed, you can't get the orange. So we have to always think about the roots, which is the youth.
Okay. So talk to us then. I mean, by observation, you played in the high school system one, the triple, played with Harborview, played with the national program. Has our football progressed? Has our football gotten better? And if so, in what aspect? And from your vantage point, what do we need to do to lift the levels of football at all levels in Jamaica as a former player?
Okay. Football have changed in more ways than one. The rules, everything have changed, as you know, will make a difference in all of that era. Now, opportunities is greater now for players in Jamaica. All right. When opportunity wasn't like that when I was playing and the guys and before me, you understand? It was limited. No, it's greater. No. The talent, Jamaica, our greatest resources in Jamaica is human resources. You understand me? In everything, that's Jamaica. If you talk about anything at all, Jamaica excel in it. Just give them what is necessary and they will do it. You understand me? Now, I'm going to talk about how football can improve, the state that it's in right now, and what can be done. Earlier, I told you that in order for you to get orange, you have to plant a seed. All right, else you won't get no orange. You can pray whatever, you will never get orange until you plant a seed, so the tree can grow and bring forth oranges. But if you just plant the seed and you don't nurture that seed, you will still not get orange. You understand me? So you have to plant the seed, then nurture it. You understand me? And so it is with football. Now, the roots is the youth. You understand me? In order for us to get the tree, you need to plant. And the root, you must nurture for it to get to a tree stage. All right. Now, so the youth then. So we'll concentrate on the youth. Now, this is my idea. It is not 100% proof, but it's my idea. Now, we're going back to a little bit of geography. We have 3 counties. We have Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. All right. So now, if you take a pencil and you draw a line, Cornwall here, Middlesex here, and Surrey here, you have 3 counties. Now, my idea is simple this. JFF need to have 3 academies in 3 counties. All right? 3 counties. Now, if you have 3 academies in 3 counties, then with the appropriate coaches and scouts, you can find talent and you bring them into the academy. That is one way of dealing with it. You understand me? So you have youngsters that you are constantly working with for the future. Now, how you going to find these youngsters? It's simple. For those who are my age and a little bit up, I'm going to mention one name. In sport. You know what in sport used to do? In sport used to facilitate all sporting activities in all of Kingston and St. Andrew. That was in sport responsibility. In sport, you'd have a lot of competition under the headings of in sport. So we had more football, we had more netball, we had more this. Everything was happening. Club would be around there. Now we need something not like in sport, but something better than in sport. You understand me? So that we can get these kids into the proper setup so that we can keep them and nurture them for the future. All right? So I said that is JFF responsibility. All right? For them to have these academies. Now, how are you going to finance these academies? No. I said this before. I stepped away from that and I'm going to go to the senior program and then I'll come back to the junior program because it's important that you understand what I'm trying to establish right here. No. Football in Jamaica is amateur. For one reason, is amateur is back. Like a well-oiled watch. All right? The high performance watches, all high performance watches, even the little ones, they have multiple parts inside. And the multiple parts inside, they differ in sizes and responsibility, but all of them need to be synchronized for this watch to work. So, football need infrastructure. You understand me? You need proper infrastructure. You understand me? And with proper infrastructure, in every club, you have all of the facilities, them in tip-top shape and ready for people to train on. Then we're talking about management, we're talking about equipment, we're talking about equipment manager, we're talking about chairman, we're talking about everything, transportation, nutrition, and all of these things have to be in check. All right. Now, so I say I'm stepping away from the junior program so I can establish what I'm trying to get at. The clubs need financing. How are you going to finance these clubs? It's simple this. Have a draft of sponsors. All right. So It either going to be a conglomerate of sponsors or it can be individual. But conglomerate will be much better at it because one company sometimes can't sponsor a team. So if you have 4 companies, then you can sponsor a team. All right. So this is what you do, right? You have 12 clubs, or say 10 clubs. The number is not important right now. So you go out and you find these people, these companies. Then you go to the government and say to the government, football is not just club. Football is country. You understand me? Everybody benefit. As you know, the last campaign that we had when we went to the World Cup, the island was at peace. Everybody was making money, so to speak, in different areas. And it was nice going. Now, the government can make this something that is beneficial to them and the private sector. So you need to invite the government and invite the private sector at a table. Invite them to the table and say, hey, look, this is what we need to do. We need to improve on our football. And what the government going to do is we're going to give these private sectors some tax kickback so that they can sponsor these clubs. You understand me? And as I said, one individual or one company may not be able to sponsor a club. So you need a conglomerate. So you might have 3 business persons sponsoring a water house or sponsoring an arbor view. So as I said, you put the clubs in a raffle or so-called a draft, and then the company draft them. And so you see, this set sponsoring arbor view, this set sponsoring water house, this set sponsoring that club. And now you have the government now chipping in to make it possible. Because let me tell you something, right? A lot of people don't understand that sports are business. Understand? And from sports you can make money. LeBron James invested like about 10 million into Liverpool. You know how much money he make from that? That is just investment. No investing in the Red Sox. Same craft people them. So sports is a business and you can make money from it. But Jamaican businessmen for some reason think that they have to burden it alone. And so you have few sponsors than a lot of sponsors. But the sponsors find it difficult to spend money without returns. You understand me? So the returns won't be simple. This the government have to give them kickback so that when they spend their money, they see returns. All right. Now, if you do that, government say, okay, it's a partnership. No, if it's a partnership, everybody gonna benefit. So now you can brand your club. You understand me? But the situation have to be like this now. If you get these people on board, they have to build stadiums. They have to put in proper infrastructure. You understand me? All of these things must be in place. You must have the best facility for training and for games. You understand me? All of these things must be in place. So it's this business we're talking about. So you need to bring the business into the football so that the football can make money, so that everybody can benefit. The country can benefit. The players can benefit. The businessman who is investing can benefit. So they have to look at it from that standpoint of a business and not just football. Okay?
Yeah. Good thought. I mean, it seemed like impossible, but that is the approach. That unless football become a business opportunity more than just solely for social intervention, will never really, which is what it has predominantly been in Jamaica.
Yeah.
A means for social
gathering and enjoyment.
Yeah, not only that, but intervention when you want a sense of stability in warring factions, then football is, let's keep a corner league, let's keep a football competition to bring. So it is always seen like that, and not necessarily like this can be a business opportunity. And let us put, like I tell people, listen, a company needs to know that if I put my brand on this team, then I can earn money, because a billionaire not giving money away so that he can become a millionaire.
Right.
A millionaire is not going to give his money away so he can become a thousandaire.
Right.
You see, people are putting money in things because they want to be richer, not because they want to be poorer.
That's right.
The rich man don't want to be poorer, he wants to be richer. So he has to see it as viable. And but good thought, a lot of things. And I like what you said about having these academies. I think that is the bare minimum. I agree with you. The bare minimum is to have academies in at least three proper academies for youth in Jamaica, one in each county. that is the start. It can't end there, but that should be the start of it. That I agree with. But it is not, it's not as easy,
No,
but it
no.
is the way to really get the football going forward. But someone was asking earlier how you got the name BOWA.
Okay, let me just stick a pin on that. You remember that. Let me get back to this first. But you need to have a plan. First of all, you need to have the plan. All right. Without a plan, then it's just waste of time. Okay. So we need a plan. And if you have a plan, then we can work towards a plan. And that is what they need. They need to have a plan. And I will say something more, but I'll come back to that. So God, I was making mention yesterday because I came on and I sent a little text to what God was saying, right? And I agree with him. Was in order for someone of nationality or someone to get into the team, the system isn't set up for my nephew who can play football that lives in the state, and I know he's very good, and he wants to play for Jamaica. Or is he going to play for Jamaica?
You're just giving, you're hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, hypothetically speaking, but I have someone. Lushaban, big up my friend. Enough respect. You see that youngster right there? Oh boy, I tell you about him too. Anyway, the point I'm making is this: I have someone right now, is an 18-year-old, play for Sundal in where Sasha come from again? Norway. A friend of mine from Harborview that went to camp with me, Andrew Lewis, his son Marcus Lewis, talented 18-year-old. I will send you some clip too so you can see what I'm talking about. No, there should be a system that set up that said, okay then, under 13, under 15, under 17, under 23 senior players, okay then. Anybody interested in making a national team who is of Jamaican descent or what have you, this is the way you go through so that we can see you and we can assess you. You understand me? It's like you set up an office and an individual to take these names, to take create a
database, which is what we're talking about yesterday.
All of these things, so that it's not a me calling Tapper, it's not a me calling whoever. No, these guys don't talk to me none at all. You go through, say Juicebell. You go through Juicebell for all of these things then, yeah? Okay, I have this youngster. Okay, see Juicebell. Send him this, send him that, and make arrangement. And the responsibility is on you to come here, not the country. When you make the team, then you become the country responsibility. You understand me? But we need to see these youngsters. We need to see these offsprings of these former players or these whatever. But there are talents out there. Lots of Jamaican talent. But we're limited, and it shouldn't be so because every other country. Let me just bring something to mind to you. A lot of people don't know this, but United States, the year that they came back into the World Cup. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to tell you because I know this. They got the kids or the players that was on that team, most of them was naturalized citizens. They weren't born in the United States. They were immigrants to the United States. You get what I mean? They were kids of immigrants that came to the United States that didn't even born into the United States. Most of them, you understand me? And these players, because of their talent, citizens of the United States that are descendants from El Salvador, this side here, down that side there, wherever, all over the world. It's the same thing with Jamaica. Jamaica have kids all over the place that can play for Jamaica. But we have grandma, grandpa, dad, mom, but we're not using them. Why we're not using them? We are not aware of them. And so I pay tribute to Devon Porter, you understand me, who is always looking and searching for someone that can help the national team. You understand me? No, everybody can do that. But when we say, okay, we have these players, how do you get them into the system?
Which is, like I said, that's a conversation I was having with Desmond Smith yesterday, that the truth is, it is okay for me to say, all right, what's the person name? Let me call and ask. But that should not be the process. There should be a Jamaica Football Federation player tracking database, player pool database, and you have one for the under 13. Like I said, that means if my son is born in America, but can play for Jamaica, then I should know that here is what you put his highlight, his clippings. Somebody will look at that and get back to you. And if they're interested, because all they can do is say, listen, are you interested? You're not asking them to put the person in the team.
That's right.
What you're saying that give everyone who is a Jamaican an opportunity of just seeing them. You may not want them, but at least know who they are.
Exactly.
It's better you have them and don't need them than you need them and you don't have them.
That's right.
So it doesn't hurt knowing the under 30, because if we're doing that, the truth is we wouldn't be in this dilemma where when we get to the senior team,
we're searching
and we're bringing in people at that stage, creating division. Because some of these players would have probably been here at 13, 15, 17, 19, all of those age groups, or even if they weren't good enough to play, would be able to track them and know that at 17 they had a desire to play for Jamaica.
Yep. Well, anyway, let me answer the question. The person asked what came.
You got the name BOWA. Yes.
Oh man. All right. So I got this name when I was going primary school, and this is what happened. Okay. We were much younger. Kids would say things and do things, and so there was. I used to sing the song that my name is John the BOWA. I eat no rice nor flour, but if you give me 1,000 bulla, I devour it in an hour. And kids song, high school. I mean, primary school.
Run that song again. Let me see if I can put already money. Run it again.
My yard try to start a business.
So my name is what? My name is
John D. BOWA. I eat no rice nor flour, but if you give me 1,000 bulla, I will devour it in an hour. And so, I mean, we grew up with nursery rhymes, so it was just nursery rhyme things.
That don't sound like a nursery rhyme, that sound like a food rhyme.
Yeah, it's a food rhyme, really, I wasn't a DJ, so we were just messing around. And for some reason, somebody decided to just start calling me John the BOWA. And I'm like, come on, man, that's not necessary. I mean, we were just having fun. Yeah. And so, John the BOWA. And so they say, you know what, this is too long. We're just going to call you BOWA. And I'm like, it's why everybody trying to give me a nickname. I didn't ask for a nickname. We were just having fun. Well, anyway, so I left Dunrobin. That's where it started. So I left Dunrobin and I went to Shortwood. Now thinking I'm having a new beginning and this nickname won't be a part of me. Here come this other guy now, leave Dunrobin and come to Shortwood.
Hey, yeah. And he said, who this BOWA?
And I said to him, please don't do that. Don't call me BOWA. And I won't call you by your nickname. By this time now, this dude start calling me by my nickname, BOWA. And the worst thing about it, his nickname isn't much better than mine. Because his nickname was Froggy. So I start calling, I said, look, if I call by my nickname, I'm going to call you by your nickname. And I start calling him Froggy, and then I realized it's not going nowhere. So I couldn't shake this nickname. So it became BOWA. And it just stick with me from then on. And it has been there, and it's not going nowhere.
Yeah, man. All right. So this person, big up BOWA, great insight into the way forward for football. You don't know me as Natty, but nosy.
Yes, man. Of course. That's another camper down comrade. How you doing, my brethren? Respect. And
then somebody here saying Errol Brown Kojo.
Yes, man. Boy, them enough. Respect. I like that.
Kojo is his name. But I saw someone asking about, I heard you saying that Blake was the best local player I've seen. I agree. What do you think of Rowan Bumpy Henland?
Oh, man. Aye. All right. So, Bumpy, doing the park.
He wasn't doing the park player. Said was no. It was a Marvel player. Petty.
He used to play for Bradley Stewart. Bradley, boy. He played juvenile too. I didn't make the juvenile team. He was on the juvenile team too. He was a very, very talented player. Very, very good player. But he's not a Blakey though, but he's very good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, man.
But Blake is still the man.
Bumpy went to Calabar and he played for Duane Park and he made a juvenile team. He's a very good player, very talented player, but he's not a Blakey for sure. And the gentleman know that too. He said he agrees, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. What about, I mean, what you think about the national team now? We are in the middle of a World Cup campaign, looking very sticky. We're holding on to Hope Road right now. You know, you understand me?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the team itself and the management of the team, the coaching, just the whole leadership? And do you still believe?
Oh, look here. I'm a Jamaican, right? All the way, right through and through. And I support my team. Now, in order for you to have a team, you have to have a core that you work with. You understand me? You have to have a core that you work with. All right. And then you can always bring in additions and, flip it here, tweak it here, do that. You understand me? I will never, ever say, well, this man never do a good job because I don't know what he's working with. I don't know what type of working with. You understand me? Because I don't know. I'm not there. Yeah. I don't know if they get enough time for them to have a camp. I am not there. I don't know what kind of communication that taking place when the player is not actively participating in a camp. You understand me? Now, by this I mean the situation in Jamaica. We lost a moment in Jamaica. When I say lost a moment, we had an opportunity to run with the momentum when Simonis got us to the World Cup. And I'm going to say this, right? If Simonis, or should I say, if JFF was looking further down the line, they wouldn't have let Simonis leave Jamaica. And I'm going to get to what I'm talking about. After Simonis did what he did and the team went to the World Cup, they should have employed Simonis as technical director of football for Jamaica. Take him out of the capacity of coach for the national team. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you have him in the capacity of technical director, because let me tell you something. Jamaica about 3.5 million people. Jamaica is a small island. You understand me? Very small. Jamaica can fit into some state in America. All right? Now, the point I'm making is this. In terms of, when I say some state, I don't mean in terms of landmass. I mean in terms of numbers of people.
Yeah, man.
What I mean by it is simple this. No, if,
and landmass as well.
Landmass, well, yeah. But what I'm saying is this, right? No, if you have the technical director of football for Jamaica, then he can write a program and put us in the direction that everybody is familiar with and understand. By this I mean, okay, coaches, Jamaica going to play with these two style, you understand me? Or this two formation or what have you. So this culture of our playing style will be embedded into the island. You're not telling the coaches that this is the way you must coach your team. No, because every club coaches them team a different way. However, make them be mindful henceforth that, okay, whenever you come to the national team, this is the two system that you'll be playing with. So when you're not there, you're familiar with it. So what he would do would be educating the country and style and system of play so that when a player come into the national program, he'll be ready. Because Simonis would have already have everybody in his little setup so that everybody understand what is happening. So I think we lost that moment there. Because we really do need a technical director that is responsible for our football. Because you can have a system that's set up that it's flawed, or a system that's set up that you flip-flop through. No, it'd be something that consistent. You understand me? It must be something that you repeat, and repetition become habit, and habit become the good things. You understand me? Habits, when you repeat good habits over and over and over, become a part of you. It'll become like second thing, second nature.
Yeah.
You understand me? So we don't know what formation the team play with. We don't know if this is an ongoing thing. We don't know. We don't want that. We want, as I said, you have to plan. And if you plan, then you can see where you're going. And you can always make the adjustment. And remember, there is no perfect plan. So we'll have obstacles along the ways. You understand me? And then you can make your adjustment. But you must have plans. And you must follow through with the plans. Do not flip-flop.
Yeah, very good point. Like that, I think the whole football need to restructure. Like the truth is, the youngster in Westmoreland who want to play, the youth in St. Thomas who wants to play for Jamaica, and he's a right back should know how the national program want right backs to
That's
play.
right.
So he can learn that. He can add that to his game. So if he should be called up for the national team, he has an understanding of the system.
That's
Even if
right.
the club that he's involved with is
Doesn't play
not
that
playing that
system,
system,
but he's
he
aware.
knows the system
Yes,
of the national team. And I think until we get there, we're going to keep having, some of these struggles with the football and thing. I really, like I said, we're hoping, but it's not an easy road ahead. We'd think that our football. I look at. I mean, we don't even have. The games are not as highly attended as they used to back in those days when people would have less resources,
yes,
less opportunities to travel. Because for a person to leave from one place to another back in those times, it was a whole lot more difficult
yep,
to get to the stadium. But yet the stadium was packed and crammed for many, many games, schoolboy games, major league
yep.
games, Premier League games, and all of that. But someone was asking who are the persons in the picture behind you, and I think I gave them the answer. So you can go ahead and tell them.
Okay, well, we have Pele, Zidane, and of course Diego
All right.
Maradona.
And I know you said that the baller that you probably idolize internationally is Beckenbauer,
Yes, Beckenbauer
Franz
made me
Becken.
into who I am. I fashion playing off Beckenbauer, and
Yeah.
it has always been Beckenbauer my first choice of a defender. If you're talking about who's my best defender,
Beckenbauer. Okay. What about was there any Jamaican that during your playing days you looked up to and said, "Wow, I want to, I want to be as good as that person," or any Jamaican defender you admire and say, "Yeah, man, that is."
well, I want to say this first, but please don't forget what you just asked me. There is this youngster, and I tell you, see, before coming on, I was thinking about, back then, minor league was very, very important in my life and a lot of footballer in Jamaica life. They and
Yeah, a
G's
lot, a
comes to
lot
the
of
minor
people,
league.
a lot of
Yes,
people talk about minor league that they used
yes,
to play minor league and thing. Yeah.
yes. Minor league played a very important role in all of that. Okay, and so we used to compete. I compete. Well, Jonestown was one of the top team in minor league. Jonestown, Arnett, and of course Mountain View. Them three teams. They had
Jonestown,
Jonestown, Arnett, and Mountain View.
Mountain View. Okay.
Yes, them three teams are always in the final, some way, somehow. But there was this one young man that I've always admired because he was about my age. A guy named Days. Can't remember his first name. He went to Woolmers. All people out there now,
Yeah,
help me.
anybody know him? Days is his
Days.
surname.
Days. He went to Woolmers and played for Jonestown. Can't remember
Yeah.
his first name. But
Somebody
anyway,
soon, somebody soon tell us
somebody
his name,
soon.
man.
But you know what I admire about that guy? That guy was a scholar and a footballer, and he wasn't no ordinary footballer. He was a very good footballer, but he was also a scholar. You understand me? He didn't play much football in Jamaica. I think after high school he got a scholarship, and I don't even know where he is right now. But someone can please tell me where Days is.
Yeah,
But
Robert Sanchez, you have all of the information, Who is Days from Woolmers? Used to play back in the days. Come on, man, you
play for
must know that name.
Jonestown. Play for
And he played
Jonestown.
for Jonestown. He used to play minor league.
Captain Jonestown team. Yeah, but that one guy I admired a lot. Now, as I told you, Billy Perkins, and Billy's my bona fide friend. And Billy's much older than me, but Billy coached me too for a short stint. As a matter of fact, I believe Billy was the one that brought to everybody attention that Bibi Gardner, yep, Billy was coaching us at the time. One short stint. And I think Billy was the one that brought up Bibi to the team. Yeah, so most of the guys that I admire at the time, as I tell you, was defenders. Billy, I'm a bird, and Harborview defenders mostly. Harborview defenders. You understand
Okay.
me?
You see, a club team is
Tottenham
no,
and Bayern Munich.
Tottenham and Bayern Munich. All right, and the best player, the greatest player of all time.
Wow. No, you can't do that. There's no greatest player of all time. There's a bunch of great players, but this is not basketball. Nobody with the GOAT thing now, that is basketball. We leave the GOAT thing for the basketball so them can over there and them can fuss. No, let me tell everybody.
Five best players.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because there is no such thing as 5 greatest players. Everybody that play football have achieved some merit or have done some greatness. No.
Yeah.
You cannot quantify it and say this man win the same amount of trophy or that man that amount of trophy. I will not do that.
All right.
I will base it on performance. Everybody them 3 guys behind me, there's 3 great players. You understand me? And there's many, many, many more great players like them all over the place that have contributed to the football. You have players like everything about the English people, the English league, and the people that play in England. There's a bunch of that people say these are great players, but guess what? Some of them didn't even play for the national team, but they did good in the English league. You understand me? All over Europe. So this is what I say. I have players that I think are great and players that are influential. So I don't have a top player. I don't do that. It's not fair. That is me.
Right. See, I get in the name here. Days was a coach at University of Cincinnati for a year. Not there anymore. Don't remember his first name.
Yes, that gentleman.
So he's a Jamaican who was coaching at the University of Cincinnati.
I told you that guy. He was a scholar and a great footballer, and I knew him because we were competing against each other at the time. You understand me? He played for Jonestown. Very good guy. Okay. Very, very, very good guy. I haven't heard from him. I heard anything about him since he left for his scholarship.
Somebody's asking if you played with Carl Bagger Wilson.
No, I didn't play, and I didn't play with Nuts either. But I was at school and I didn't miss none of those man in the game. Matter of fact, I speak to Nuts on a regular basis. Well, I shouldn't say regular, but I can. He's in Florida. And the other day, I started a little bantering with some Camperdown guys. Bagger know my daughter very well. My daughter lives in New York, and Bagger met her. And it was a strange meeting. Oh, they met, and then he didn't believe it was my daughter, but he met her. Anyway, we had a banter in our chat room with some Camperdown guys, and I was making a comparison with Nuts, Maynard, and Crawford. So Nuts and Crawford comparison with you and Thomas. I was saying to them, which 2 cover more kilometers during a game? Because these are 4 Camperdown players, 4 midfielders. But I was trying to create a banter to see, how the Camperdown people respond to it, but it didn't go too well. Some people like us, the Whitestone guys are much better.
Yeah. But I want to say a big thank you to Desmond Gaddafi Simit, who just called in to let us know that it was Hilton Days was the player's name.
Yes, thank you, Gada. Hilton, man. That's the man.
Yeah. He was talking about him yesterday too.
Yeah, man.
He was talking about
good dude, man. I mean, trust me. As a youngster growing up, and you have, guys around in the same age, that boy was a perfect example of what one can achieve. It doesn't matter where you come from. That boy did his schoolwork and played good football. And this other guy too, I just mentioned his name right now, Crawford was one of those guys too. That boy loved his book and football.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a couple more questions. Ask BOWA if Conrad Balance Mullins had any influence on his career. I think you mentioned that already. Yes,
of course he did. Most definitely. When I came to Aberview, Balance was just finishing. Understand me? But we had conversation. We had conversation a lot.
Yeah. And then here, All Topic TV asking if you played at Port Moran.
No, but bring up that picture for me now, please. That picture with coach in it. Bring up that picture. Yeah, the picture with me, coach, Rugo, Doc, Mikey Clark.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Bring up that picture and show him. I didn't play, but when I was on college break, I came down and I was out there with the fellas, all of them guys and thing.
All right, let me
but I didn't play with them.
All right, so we're gonna find that picture. I think it is this one. Here we go. Yeah, so what is your advice? I mean, as we're coming to the end, we're going to find the picture. What is your advice to, young players now? I mean, wanting to take their career to, the highest level, what are the 3 things you'd advise them and say? That picture you're talking, right?
Yes, that's the picture right there. That's out by Port Morant. And that's the Camperdown team that, well, most of us here, as you can see, I am the one with my and Michael Clark's shoulder. That's stooping beside Jackie Walters. And you have Peter and Doc and then Rugo to the right. That was on a spring break, I believe, and I came to Jamaica and went out there. Okay, so you asked for my advice for youngsters. Okay, basic fundamental. You have to have these skills, and that's your passing and your control. If you have your passing and your control skills intact, then nobody can stop you. You must dedicate yourself to something. You must. All right, Mr. Yeah, you must.
All right, I'm gonna stop put up the comment because I distracted here. I'm gonna stop.
No, they're not distracting me. So
forgetting.
You must dedicate. You must. Anything at all you're doing, you dedicate yourself to it. You understand me? Don't let forget about the naysayers. You understand me? You know what you want, so you need to dedicate yourself to it. So you need to get your rest. Your nutrition is very important. You understand me? Very, very important. Don't be eating all of these food out there that the microwave and that the McDonald's can give you in 2 minutes. No. Yeah. That's not going to help your career or your body. You understand? You need to eat real food. You understand me? Porridge, cornmeal porridge, good oat porridge, plantain porridge, pumpkin porridge, sweet potato porridge. All of them things make porridge, man. Trust me, man. You listen to someone who will do it. You understand me? Rest. No, stay focused. You have to stay focused as a youngster, and you need to listen. The most important of everything else, listen. Even the idiots, and I'm not calling anybody idiots, but you can learn from an idiot. You understand? Because he will say something that you will never even think that he would say. That you're like, wow, that's so profound. Just listen. And then engage your brain before you engage your mouth, because sometimes our mouth come before our brain. So you need to think about the things that you say also. But being a youngster, must remember too, we go through stages in our life, you understand me? So when you're at that stage, your most impressionable time in your life, do not be impressed or do not be swayed or do not be influenced by negative people around you. You need to have positive people around you. And please, listen, you can make choices for yourself too. You understand me? Listen and make the right choice. That way, no, you will never, ever have regrets. Understand? And remember, there is good, and then there is also, I don't say bad, no, experience. You understand me? Because experience teaches wisdom. If you say there is bad, then no. I consider it an experience. And with good, it's an automatic. But with an experience, you learn from what took place so that you will never repeat it again. So just think of everything as an experience and don't think of it as bad, because you can learn from your experiences.
All right. So people, remember, if you have not yet hit the like button, please do so now, because we're coming to an end. We have a giveaway that we're going to do right now. So we have some credit to give away to someone in Jamaica, whether you use Flow or Digicel. All right. So we have one question. All right. We have one question. Whoa. I need to find a very good question. You have one where you want to ask, or you want me to ask it?
Well, you're the host. I don't want to.
So let me ask. You need to tell me, what university did Andrew BOWA Hinds play for, and how many years did he play? How many seasons did he play there? That's the question. If you answer, the first person to answer that question will get 500 Digicel or Line credit.
Wow,
all right.
It's a very good question.
That's a very good question. He mentioned it in the interview, and yeah. So let me get a couple more comments, and then we'll wait to see. Somebody's asking, Donna Newman is
okay. All right.
No brain drain. This is not John Hopkins University.
I saw some clippings, because I have a very good friend that used to go to Camperdown. The immortal Stone Love selector, GFOS, Mr. Garfield Parkinson. Thank you very much, sir, for sending me these clippings of the games. And I saw Camperdown won a game by Stadium is 5-0 or something like that. Butter, the coach. Butter, I saying this to you. You went and you said that we're going to win Money Cup. Butter, you're going to be held responsible for that cup. I won't tell you that because you put your head on the chopping block by committing to saying that you're going to win Money Cup. Now, me expect you to win. And the people in that support the club, the school expect to win. So, I know you know something that we don't know about. So, we're waiting for that cup, Butter. I will let you know straight up. We're waiting for that cup.
All right,
anyway, you did a very good job your first year. Congratulations, my brother.
Oh, you took over from Bender. Lulu. Yeah. All right. Somebody's asking, well said, big brother, God blessings over your entire family. Then I see somebody asking about a left back from Harborview called Iguana. I believe he was from Panama or Costa Rica. He kept looking out on the bench. Don't know if you know that because you haven't been around that club for a while. No, it is not. John Hopkins is not the answer, and Howard University is not the answer. Somebody said BOWA is
it's a bison.
A bison?
No.
Cool. No.
Nobody just respond to Dan. Danville Monroe. Thank you very much, my brother, my little brother, and blessing to you and your family too.
Yeah, let me see if I can get some more. All Topic TV, I think this is asking if you know that Mr. Barrett died.
Yes, I know that Mr. Barrett died. Let me just give you. I did say that we should honor people like this, but let me just give you a quick story about Mr. Barrett. Man, I'm telling you something, man. Sometimes we have people that love football in Jamaica and they don't get the real credit for the things that they do. But let me give you a real quick story. So while I was in college and we were going on holiday, Mark Salmon used to send, this is Rugo Rugo. Rugo Rugo was at college with me, right? And we're going to
No, that's not the university you went to.
No.
Howard Bison. Yeah.
And we're going to New York.
Yeah.
So we were at the airport and there was no flight. So the flight was early in the morning. So we didn't have any money. You understand? We're going to college. So we decided we're going to stay in the airport. While we're in the airport, this is Tony Barrett walking through the airport. And Rugo see him and said, Tony, and he said, what are you doing here? And then Rugo told him that, hey, look, we're going to New York, but we don't have the money and the next flight is this time. So we have to stay in the airport until that time. Tony Barrett, his driver, Tony called his driver and said, come here. So much money you have. And the man went into his billfold, right? And said, like him, I'm just putting say $1,000 in him billfold, but it was a lot of money. And he took out a few dollars and give to Tony. You know what Tony did? Tony took the man billfold from him, empty his billfold and give to us. And said, nah, man, you're not ball and you can't in the airport. We're going to check in at the Sheraton Hotel. That is Tony Barrett for you.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no respect for that, man.
Yeah, they're asking to give us a clue. Which state?
All right, West Virginia.
All right. There you go. West Virginia. Yeah. He said it, you know. He said it because he said he made second team All-American at the university as well. Yeah, man. So that is the state. Brain drain, I don't know why you're trying to win it when you're not even in Jamaica or you're going to use the credit. That's how the Calabar people are. They always want to win. They always want to win the competitions and things. But listen, this was such a no, it is not the Mountaineers.
Oh, I'm getting close. Tell him I'm getting close.
You're getting close, but you're not there. Yeah. But this was such a really, really good conversation. Really enjoyed, it is one of both brain drain, but I'm not going to tell you which one. Right?
Your brain drain come up with it. No. The first one is West Virginia University. No,
it's not West Virginia or Marshall. No. Right.
I can give you one more. Let me just help him out one more time. It's in Allegheny County. That's the last. Allegheny County. No, you gonna Google that? No. Wow.
Yeah. But
I forgot that people have this Google thing going on.
I am telling you, but such a good conversation to have had with you, and I know you know, we will talk again. But you know, exactly what you said about Mr. Barrett is what we're seeking to do, is really to say thank you to so many of the footballers, past footballers, because like I was saying to you in the pre-talk, that the truth is that some of you guys who really dedicated sacrificial time, because there was nothing in it.
Yep.
There is no sort of respect or honor recognition that is given. I don't know if any media has ever reached out to you to sit down and talk to you about your journey. Seeing that you even you captain the national team.
No, Harborview team.
Harborview, Captain Harborview, played for the national team. And so, no man, West Virginia Wesleyan. Who got that? He spent 2 years. Oh, you know, see, okay.
Robert.
Robert. Yeah, Robert won. Yeah, West Virginia Wesleyan. He spent 2 years there. So, a KC man.
A KC.
Defeat the Calabar. Defeat the Calabar.
Hey, that is so good. That is so good.
Really? You say that because you beat KC 2-0?
No, my KC is rival a lot. Let me tell you. Hey, I'm going to give you a story. My daughter, right? My last daughter.
Yeah.
Named Andrea. She, oh, by the way, she born on the same birth date as Peter Cargill, 2nd of March.
Whoa.
Yeah, so no, my daughter, she attends Arden High School. All right. And for some reason, my daughter just fall in love with the color purple. I don't know why. And I said to her, babe, listen, your daddy is a rival to this color.
To the color?
Yes. My color is red and blue, even though red and blue produce purple, but why purple? Why not your Arden color? And she's in love with purple, and I can't, this is what it is. She just love purple. So, KC people, I don't know y'all do it, but y'all influence my daughter.
Yeah. So there you go. So Robert, you know what to do? Just text where we need to send the number, the credit to, and what who is the service provider, and we will do that. Yeah, brain drain. You didn't get the answer, brain drain. You said what did you say?
Right.
You said, yeah. Okay. You're late. You're late, man.
Okay, Bridget. Hey, he's getting into detail. You're right. Buchanan, West Virginia. You're right. But I didn't want to give you Buchanan, West Virginia. That's giving it away.
Yeah.
For life. That is true. We're blue for life, for real.
See, Arden is a school you should have said to your children.
Hello, look here. All right, check this out. My daughter attends Arden. All right. Yes. And look here, her cousin, Calvin Murray, who is Tigani. I said about Tigana.
Yeah.
That's her cousin. Her mom cousin. He attended Arden. He won too, as a matter of fact. The year that they won, he was a member of that team too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Look at all of these things. Listen, so really, I don't know. I mean, the next couple of minutes are yours, and then we'll close off and think. Don't know if you have anything you want to say to all the Camperdown, all the Harborview.
Yes, I would surely like to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my journey would have not been possible without everyone from primary school through to all-age school, through to high school, to be at this point. You understand me? So I have to shout out everybody from Chartwood, everybody from Barbican, everybody from Grantsven, Lushibantan, yes, Jadi, Plana. You understand me? All of these people, Harborview, Glenn Morrison, Mr. Stewart, Bonnie Brown, DV, just naming a few, Mrs. Chung. You know, we lose a lot of people through the pandemic, you understand me? And it has been very hard. A lot of us would like to be around to give support, Mrs. Chung. Condolences again on your loss of your husband, you understand? As I said, we lose a lot of people, and a lot of people are alone, but all we can do is reach out. You understand me? We could reach out with love. Bob Marley said love everyone. And when I was much younger, I couldn't understand how you love everyone. But I've matured and I've learned that if you said you love Christ, who loved us, died for us, but yet still Is we put him on the tree. Is we see him one kill him. You understand me? But him love us unconditionally. You cannot say you love and you don't love unconditionally. So let us love for real. You understand me? Even the man, and this is so profound, I'm going to say now. Even the man them who want to squeeze the trigger, we have to love them but hate them ways. The man them who want to do all of the wicked thing them at Jamaica to the kids them, the women and whoever. We love you, but your ways we hate. So you need to stop that and bring back the love. You understand me? That's what we need. We need to care, have love, care, and concern for everyone. You understand me? Let it not be moments when the person dead, we say we did love the person. Reach out to everybody and tell them you love them. No. You understand? Because there's no guarantee tomorrow. And all the people them who doing wrongs and doing the thing them that is not upright, you need to stop. You understand me? You need to stop because you're only hurting yourself in the long run. Basically, that's what you're doing. Because trust me, it might not be you directly, but if your son or your grandson or whomever is hurt, just think about it. What you did to affect that. You understand me? So we just try to be positive and do positive things for everyone so that we can have good lives. You understand me? We can enjoy our family and our friends without this big cloud over our head. Death. We don't need that. Yes, everybody's ordained to die once, but let it be God's will and not man's will.
Yeah. I see Karen Peter saying, okay, what about me? Am I not part of your journey? I don't know.
Yes, you are. Everybody's a part of my journey. Everyone. Listen, it is not the significant role that you played in my life that make you my journey. Is you being in my life that make you my journey. Whether it was for 1 second, 1 month, 1 year, or from start to finish. Everybody that's been in my life is a part of my journey, and I appreciate, because without you, this wouldn't be possible. Every one of you, from start to finish.
Yeah, man. Blessing. Well said. Couldn't say it any more profound. And again, listen, I want to thank you again and your family for dedicating your Sunday evening to this. I mean, 2 hours and 22 minutes. It seemed like 22 minutes alone.
Yes, real.
And, really joyful time. Thinking about, I can see the joy on your face when you recall the years and the people you played against, and just, and I'm so happy that I had the privilege of doing this, and I'm looking forward to having, greater conversations and other conversations with you. There are so many persons saying big up and blessings. I'm going to put up some of that for you. But blessings again to you and your family, and thank you for your contribution to Jamaica's football. It can never be measured. You understand me? Those things cannot be quantified. And all we can say is that, listen, you're one of the great ones. And we thank you for your work and your contribution. And listen, we don't only seek reward from men, we seek a better and a greater reward. And there's a legacy that was created by a lot of the players from the 70s, 80s, and in the 90s coming through. And you're part of that foundation laying group. And we me and the rest of young persons here, we say a big thank you to you. And there are very few places you can go and talk about Jamaica football and your name doesn't come up, and that speak about the kind of person you are and the kind of football that you played. So blessings again. Also want to say a big thank you to every person in the comment section. I mean, for all of you who came on and said something to Andrew BOWA Hinds. He shared everything, right? When we spoke, he said, this is like a autobiography. I will never be able to talk everything. It would probably take 20 years to share. So we're going to try to do it in 2 hours. So some of the details are not there, which is obvious. So we hope to have more opportunities for doing this. But thank you for all the comments. I mean, I know we may not have put up yours. We may not have responded to it. And for that, I apologize. But it is so hard to capture all of them. And so I'm going to ask BOWA, when you go back and you watch the video, you can comment, and then they will see, your comment, right? And think so. Maybe he will do that based on the time that he has, because I know that he will watch it again. But ensure that you hit the like button, right? You have to hit the like button so that he can know that you appreciate the content, you appreciate what he shared. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Subscribe to the channel. I see Christopher Hinds saying, big up yourself, uncle. You understand me? So the family is here as well.
Yes,
And
nephew.
yeah, man. Big up, blessings, special blessing to everyone. Listen, tomorrow we have something planned with Steve Buckner. We have Maurice Cyrus coming up this week. Gregory Messam coming up this week. We have so many great names coming up this week that we're going to be speaking to. We have Duck coming up, Richard Duck Green.
Yes, sir.
We have the team manager for the 1990 campaign, Creston Boxhill, coming up as well. And so we're getting the people, we're hearing from them, and we have many, many other players. I mean, it is overwhelming. And so thank you for staying. A big thank you to our sponsors, Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada, and they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products, right? And they're offering 25% discount on all their
Thank you,
products.
Lisa.
Yeah, all you have to do is to shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the code, one word, I am sure sports 001, and you will get 25% discount. Thanksgiving is coming up. You need to get some of this stuff. It is really, 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 really good. Yes, waiting on the skill code. Don't worry, it's going to happen. There is one last thing we're working on to make it happen, and we will work on it. But that one is going to be a surprise when you hear from Alan Skill Code. It's going to be so. That is also coming up as well. Mr. Hinds, thank you so much, sir. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And yep. So blessings.
Thank you very much, and thanks to everyone that tuned in. And if I didn't mention your name, it's not because I don't love you. I love everybody. And sometimes I will forget names because I'm going up in age too. So things happen.
Yeah, man. All right, we leave you with a word from our sponsors, Trick Nick.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.